Hello, and welcome back to another installment of Pokemon Run and Bun. This is attempt 5. We're continuing where we left off. We were in the fighting gym, and we were preparing for Black Belt Takao. I believe we wanted to start with Masquerain, Gust. That will bait either Rock Slide. It is slower, but does more damage. Faster, and does more damage. So I think Baniri comes out next. We bring in Growlithe to intimidate it on the triple axle. We could do some damage with Fire Fang. And then we can just have Grotle or something in the party. Let's see. And then on Mienfoo. Alright. This should be pretty straightforward. Alright, we just need to replace Pride with Tortuga or... I think it should be fine. There is the issue of Rock Slide, though. So, we'll bring Tortuga just in case we need to switch into something. The goal is to get to Brawley today. We should be able to get there fairly quickly. Alright, everyone should have Oran Berries. We start with Risk. Alright, Black Belt Takao. Right up here. Gust always takes it out. Mach Punch barely does anything. Now it's Triple Axle. So we switch to Growlithe. Fake Out. Okay, well, that did way too much damage. So we're now at 33 on Growlithe against Baniri. Should always be Jump Kick. Jump Kick crit can take us out. 47 versus... yeah. This is really annoying now. It's faster than everything is the thing. We could switch back to Masquerain on the Jump Kick and then go from there. Now it's always Triple Axle again. So we go to... let's see how much damage Tortuga does. Eh. We're better off going into Seadra. So we'll switch in Seadra. We Bubble Beam. Alright. Here's Mienfoo. We're at 39 HP. It's probably always Fake Out turn 1. We're fairly safe to stay in, so we just click Bubble Beam. There's Fake Out. It detected. It took us down to 11 HP. So I think it might have crit us there, but Bubble Beam always deals 63%. Let's just make sure this is correct. %. We're always faster. Yeah. Alright, there's Black Belt to Cal. Now we just have one more trainer that we have to prepare for. Battle Girl Jocelyn. If we lead with Timber, we are faster, so it's incentivized to use Thunder Wave. Wake Up Slap doesn't quite do the job. It does a lot, though. We could just go for the roll. 52. Yeah, there's like a 1 in 3 chance we don't get it. 5 out of 16, so... just give it a Cherry Berry. And then it might be Golett next with Shadow Punch. No, I think it's Emboar with Incinerate. Even with no berry. Because it's faster. 45% versus 53%. Yeah, it should always be Emboar Incinerate. So we go to Seadra. Bubble Beam just takes this thing out. Then it should be Hakamo'o for Dragon Breath, maybe? 39%, 37% versus 39%. They're both slower, so it'll probably be Dragon Breath. We can switch to Celio with a Cherry Berry and do a Aurora Beam. And then on Golett we have Grottle. So we need Celio out of the box. Let's see. We'll replace Growlithe here. We'll give Happy a Cherry Berry in case he gets paralyzed by Dragon Breath. Who do we lead with? I'll figure it out in a second. We wanted to lead with Timber, so we put Timber on the party. I mean, honestly, we could just let Timber get paralyzed, and then it will always KO the Kecleon, but there's a chance we don't act, so I think we just give him a Cherry Berry. Yes. Yes. Alright, so we should be ready. For Battle Girl Jocelyn. Alright, Alright, we wake up Slap. I'm not really sure what happened there. I'm not sure why Galette... I guess Galette sees that it's immune to all our moves. And that's why it comes in. But it's Shadow Punch most of the time. So who do we have? I think we can go straight into Grit, maybe? Or we could go into Masquerain. Yeah. I think that's the better play, and then we just Bubble Beam twice. There's Shadow Punch, Bubble Beam. There we go. There's Pignite. Bubble Beam always takes this out, surely. No, it does half. Flame Charge is scary. Because we're at what, 36? 38, yes. Okay. We're at 38. Pignite, Flame Charge can absolutely take us out. So we go into... Do we have Tortuga with us? No, we switched out Tortuga. We should be able to go into Reserved here on the Flame Charge. It will be slower still. Yeah, and I think we're safe. Fairly safe. So we go into Reserved. We Bubble Beam. And we just take it out. Here's Hakamo'o. We're at 34 HP. Hakamo'o is using what? Random move. Dragon Breath, crit. Never takes us out. We are faster. We could Twister for some damage. I think that's what we'll do. We could flinch it as well. We did get the flinch, so we go again. Okay, so now we do have to switch. We'll just switch into Happy here. And that's why we had the Cherry Berry. Alright, Hakamo'o down. Now we are ready to prepare for Brawly. But we have to heal first. So we're gonna heal. We're gonna save. And before we plan for Brawly, we're gonna take a brief break. So I will be back in just a little bit. Stay tuned. What's ready?
Free pizza bread.
No, all are Austin.
get my neck back pain next month.
How'd your interview go?
I haven't given my interview yet. That's just next to me. On the 10th.
Hot. And we are back. Just a brief break. And now we have to prepare for Leader Brawly. We already have somewhat of a plan that we've worked out beforehand. So, the team mostly looks like this. Obviously, we can only have 6 Pokemon. So, Masquerain is always coming to the battle. Fletchinder, probably not, I would say. And then Seadra, probably not. So let's test out Seadra versus Combuskin. We're faster before the speed boost, so it doesn't particularly matter. We do 90% with Bubble Beam, and it only kills, it doesn't even kill with Crit Thunder Punch, whereas Tortuga Tortuga does take less damage and just kills with 2 Aqua Jets. I'm going to refresh here just to make sure, because we've had issues in the past of where Aqua Jet saying different damages, but here it says that Aqua Jet should always kill no matter what. So I think Tortuga is the better play here. So we've got Seadra, Celio, Fletchinder, Krabby, Skrelp, and Linoon in the box. And Growlithe, I think. So our team of 6 is looking like Grotle, Timber, Tortuga, Quillfish, Masquerain, and Luxio. We need Luxio for the Poliwrath, because 1 Spark can theoretically kill it, and we can Intimidate it to make it do less damage. We could even bring Masquerain in on this and do some damage with Hidden Power Electric, which we should have. So let's get our team. We want Quillfish and Tortuga over Seadra and Celio. Alright, we've got our team ready. Not quite, we have to prepare properly. I think everyone having Oran Berries is probably fine. But now we have to work some things out. If we make Masquerain faster, and let's just export here to update everything. Okay, so we did get rid of Hidden Power Electric on Masquerain. Hatena's not coming because we can't evolve it. So really the only Pokemon we can reliably use on Poliwrath is Luxio. So hopefully that's not a mistake that we have to deal with. But for Kubfu, what we want to do is we probably want to increase Masquerain's speed, and by that I mean, you can see we're taking 33% from either Mega Punch or Zen Headbutt. So if we change our nature to be plus speed minus attack, we are now faster than Kubfu as well as several other Pokemon. We take 36% damage, so it's a difference of 3%, which hopefully doesn't matter in the long run. It does not seem very incentivized to use Sucker Punch, which is fine. We will deal a minimum 63% with the Gust, which will take it to 37%, which is 22 HP. Iapapa Berry activates, which heals it 1/3, so it heals at 20. So it takes it to 70%. Okay, so at 70% it is kind of more likely to do Sucker Punch, but that's fine because Sucker Punch does less damage overall. So we're taking 1, 2, pretty much 3 hits almost always, whether we're faster or slower. But I think I would prefer to be faster. Let's just check. We are relaxed currently. So if we do it this way, then we get hit first. We do the same amount of damage. It's still at 42. And then we're at minimum It's done 66% back to us. So we would be at... We would be at 36%. So we're at 24, I believe. Yeah, 24... 25 HP. We heal with Oranberry, so we'd be at 35. There is less chance of Sucker Punch, but it's faster, so... It would be 3 instances of 33% versus... Let's calculate. 3 instances of 33... versus if we're plus speed, 2 instances of, or, well, if we're both at full HP, it would be 1 instance of 36.2 and potentially 2 instances, so it'd be 36.2 and then either another instance of 30, it's always 2 instances of 36.2, which is 72.4 versus, yeah, so that'd be 72.4 plus 31.8. I don't know if that always kills with healing, but it's close. And then there's crit rolls and stuff. Versus 3 hits of 33.3. Although Sucker Punch is still happening no matter what. I just don't know if we want to be faster or slower, if we just keep our nature. It is less risky, I think, because it is kind of, it's a 50% chance for Sucker Punch, but... Zen Headbutt could flinch us, is the issue, and that's like a 30% chance to flinch. And if we get flinched once, then we're done. So we kind of would have to hope for Mega Punch no crit. I think we take 3 hits no matter what we do. But if we increase our speed, then we would be faster than Combuskin after 1 speed boost if we needed to switch in. Yeah. So I think what we do is we increase our speed and just hope. And then the rest... For Hitmontop, it is a little bit rough, but I think we can handle it. We've got 3 Intimidators on our team. I think we'll be okay. So, I'm gonna make a decision wherein I want to increase Risk's speed, change its nature to be plus speed instead of plus defense. No, I don't want to remember move. I want to change nature. Okay, so I can't do this yet. So I can't even change its nature. So we're stuck with the plus defense. So now what I need to check is if we maximize defense versus Kupfu, we're taking 6% less damage. So we're really always in danger of crit no matter what. But at least this way, we would not be dead to just 3 hits. But I don't know if it's really worth it. Sucker Punch AI comes in once it reaches a certain HP. What is it, 40 HP? $45 maybe. 48. Okay, so basically anything lower than 50. So if it's 48 HP or below, then Sucker Punch AI comes in and starts doing damage. So honestly, increasing our defense really doesn't do much. It's a matter of 6% difference, which, you know, could be the difference. So we might just want to maximize our defense, but crits ignore that anyway, so. And we can't be faster, so we're relaxed. 33% versus 27%. Oranberry. Okay, so I think we're pretty much always safe if we don't get crit, no matter what our defense stat is. So I think we just go in, we don't change anything, we don't use a heart scale, we've already used our rare candy. We could think about doing it on someone else, but I think we just go in. Alright, so everyone should have oranberries. Alright. Determined, we need to give a oranberry. And shy, we need to give a oranberry. Alright, we are leading with risk, and we are taking a risk by doing so. Okay. I think we might be able to do this. We will soon see. It will be difficult, there's no doubt about that. Babe, could you turn that down, please? Alright. Leader Brawly, 5th attempt. Let's see if we can do this. We're gonna save really quick. Babe, can you turn that down, please? Alright, Brawly. Let's see what you've got. We are absolutely not speeding up for this one. I don't want to miss anything. Intimidate doesn't matter, it has inner focus. We click Gust here. Do not flinch, please. Okay, we didn't flinch. That's good. We Gust again. Do not flinch, please. Don't flinch. Yes! Okay, Kubfu's down. Alright. I think we did like the perfect amount of damage to not trigger its held berry. Okay, next should be... Okay, here's Lopunny for Retaliate. We switch to Shy. We always go here to get rid of its eject button and to tank the Retaliate. Okay, 15 damage is a solid chunk, but we just Aqua Jet. I'm not sure what comes in next, we'll figure it out. Here comes Poliwhirl. Okay, so now we have to check Poliwhirl. We're at 43 HP against Poliwhirl. Okay, so Poliwhirl should always be using HP Grass, which is perfect because we can switch to Luxio. It's the lowest possible damaging move against Luxio. So now is the perfect time to switch in Luxio. So we switch in Luxio. Hopefully Luxio can 1v1 this. Intimidate doesn't matter, except against Superpower. Hidden Power Grass, do not crit, please. Okay. We are slower. Is Nuzzle worth it? Okay. So Nuzzle plus Spark always kill. It is faster. It's at -1. So it's either using Bubble Beam or Ice Beam. Hopefully Bubble Beam. We don't want to see Ice Beam freeze. I think we Nuzzle here to paralyze it so that we're faster on the next turn. Yeah, paralyzed we're way faster. So we Nuzzle first to make it slower. Bubble Beam. Excellent. Even if we get the speed drop, Nuzzle makes it slower than us. Oranberry activates. This is going really well so far. I don't want to jinx it. There's Nuzzle. Spark should always kill from here. Let's hope it does. Here's Spark. Alright, Poliwhirl is down. Probably Lopunny comes back out, if I had to guess. Yes, okay, Lopunny Retaliate is going to happen. So, Lopunny's back in, Retaliate is boosted yet again. Here, we can maybe switch in Timber. We can maybe risk it. No, we can't. Okay. So we need to switch in Quillfish here to intimidate it. This is very, very risky. It does so much damage. We are slower, so Revenge will be boosted. Okay. I think we switch in Quillfish. Because we get the Intimidate, we take a bit of damage. I think we shift to Quillfish. Alright, let's see how this interaction works out. Intimidate happens. Retaliate happens. Do not crit. This is gonna do a lot. Yeah, nearly half. Okay, so now we do Revenge for highest damage. We don't want to flinch. Do not flinch, please. Please do not flinch. Damn it! Okay, we have to stay in another turn to get damage on this. Retaliate. That's a lot of damage. We're getting very low. Alright, we took out Lopunny. Next, I believe it should be Combuskin Thunder Punch. Yes. It should always be Thunder Punch. I don't think it sees any other move here. We are at dangerously low HP on Quillfish. It's always Thunder Punch. So now, we can go back to Luxio if we want. We'll be slower. Covet does not do as much as I had wanted. Okay, so Luxio is not the play here. We want to go back to... We want to go back to Tortuga now, even though it is Thunder Punch. I think we need to switch through Luxio first. Because after an Intimidate, it's never Thunder Punch, it's always Incinerate. Pretty much, or Double Kick, but Double Kick is also bad for us. Okay. What do we do here? It's always Thunder Punch. So we can't go to Grottle. because Incinerate does too much damage. I think we pivot through Luxio. Okay. I think we pivot through Luxio here. We get an Intimidate off. We are at 43 on Shy, so let's just calculate really quick. 43 from Thunder Punch, neutral Thunder Punch. Crit is probably too much for us, but if we take 38%, we will be at 44 minus 8 is 36%. Have we already used our berry? No. So we would be at 38% minus 74 is 36%. So 36% would be 21. So we'd go up to 31. And then crits will take us out, but we just kind of have to send it at that point. I think this is the best chance to switch in Tortuga. Yeah, so we switch to Tortuga here. Hope for no crit Thunder Punch. No paralysis, no crit. Gosh darn it, we got paralyzed. Okay, that's really, really unlucky. Okay, we're in a very, very dangerous spot. We have to hope and pray that Aqua Jet goes through. That's one. That's one Aqua Jet. Okay. Shy, I believe in you. I know that you're probably dead to Pursuit from Hitmontop, but I need you to get Aqua Jet here. Yes! Okay! Unfortunately, we do lose Shy here, because I'm pretty sure Pursuit from Hitmontop always comes out. Yes. So it's always Pursuit. Like, any move here kills us. So I think we have to sacrifice Shy here, because Pursuit always kills. It's doing Pursuit 100% of the time. So what we do is we Aqua Jet one more time against this Hitmontop. And we got a third Aqua Jet. No full paralysis. There's Pursuit. Shy, you were a legend. You did excellent. Okay, so checking Shy's Aqua Jet damage. It says 17.8%. I'm gonna refresh just to make sure that this damage is correct. Okay, so we just did 17.8% minimum to Hitmontop. So 18%, it is at 82%. So it's at 46 HP. Okay. So, now we can go into Masquerain, but we get taken out by Rock Slide. Gust never kills. So that's not very good. We can go into Grottle here. Grottle is full HP. And start chipping away at Hitmontop. Mach Punches are doing a good bit to us. Razor Leafs are not quite a 3-hit. Unless we High Roller crit. But this is our best play against the Hitmontop. Okay, so this is where Grit proves his worth. Grit is always slower. Elation can help, kind of. We're at 36 against Hitmontop. If we intimidate it, that's pretty good, actually. Covet is doing some good damage. We could Nuzzle to make it slower. I have we used... Elation has used its berry, so even after Intimidate, Mach Punch still does a bit too much damage, I think. But we would Intimidate. If we go into Luxio at 36 HP, it's always Mach Punch. But Luxio will not help us with anything else. Like, potentially Scraggy, but... Okay. We have two Pokemon for Scraggy. We have Timber at full HP. Quillfish is hurt, but... I think we switch in Luxio here to Intimidate it, so that it does less damage against Grotle when we inevitably need to switch. Pursuit can happen to Luxio, but only when we're at... Does it see boosted Pursuit is the question. Let's assume yes. Okay, so 26 HP, we're fine. 20 HP, it's risky. I think once we get below 20 HP, we have to switch because of Pursuit. So we're at 36 right now. After the Intimidate, we take 38.5%, which will take us to 33%, minus 3, minus 5, 25%. So unfortunately, we will be just lower than that. And then Pursuit always kills, so there's no point in sending in Luxio. We're just sending it in to die, to sacrifice it for an Intimidate, and I don't know if I want to do that. Is the Intimidate worth it? I honestly think that the Intimidate is worth it. We switch in Luxio, we Intimidate. Mach Punch will happen. Should always be Mach Punch. We could Nuzzle to paralyze. And then Grotle will be faster. I think this is the best chance, is we Nuzzle it. Because damage is nice, but speed... It has Mach Punch, so Nuzzle doesn't really matter, I suppose. We Covet here. Covet is most damage. And then we will be faster, though. So we Nuzzle once. 2 Mach Punches can never take us out, right? Yeah, 2 Mach Punches can take us out just from high rolls, so I think we just Covet here for most damage. Alright. Pursuit, I'm pretty sure always kills here. So we're at 17 HP versus Hitmontop. Boosted Pursuit, it's at 80 if we switch. Yeah, Pursuit always kills. So one more for the road. We Baby Doll Eyes. Mach Punch takes us out. Goodbye, Luxio. You have paved the way for... so we did covet, that's 39.2%. Masquerain does 42.8, and we're always faster. Yes. So 42.8. Damn. I didn't look at his health, but he should be below that. So we go to risk here. Yes, we go to risk. Because Gust should always kill. That's way below 40% HP. Intimidate here doesn't really matter. Gust always kills. Mach Punch is fine. Alright, we killed Hitmontop. Last should be Scraggy. And it's always Rock Tomb. Should always be Rock Tomb on risk. We're at 37 HP. Okay. It's always Rock Tomb. We could switch in Quillfish. However, Quillfish is very, very low. Quillfish is at 21 HP. So, even intimidated, Rock Tomb does 17%. So that'll take us to 21%, which is 14 HP, 12 HP. We'll say 12. So, and then from there, Feint Attack takes us out, and we're slower, right? So there's no point. We cannot use Quillfish. So we have to go Timber. Timber was slower anyway. So Timber will get hit by Rock Tomb. It does very little damage. So we go to Timber here on the Rock Tomb. And this is why we brought Timber. Alright. We were already slower. Power-up punch will get scary very quickly. We just wake-up slap. That's a lot of damage. We hope that it uses rest here. It did. Wake-up slap now does double damage. This might be a one-shot. We will see. Yes! We beat Brawly! It required 2 sacrifices. I don't know if it required them. We could have swapped... we could have swapped Luxio there at the end. We could have saved Luxio. But I thought that Pursuit AI would kick in. It did not. So I probably should have switched anyway. Just to Groddle. And then we would have been able to save Luxio, but we're through it. We've beaten Brawly. We're past the first gym. Everything from here on out is completely new. Unfortunately, we lost 2 soldiers. We lost Shy the Tortuga. And we lost Elation the Luxio. Farewell. You did excellent. And now we get to level up all of our Pokemon to the next level cap, which I believe is 25. So we will do that real quick. Actually, we're going to save. Alright, we've beaten Brawly. We're farther than we've ever been. I will level up Pokemon off stream, but for now, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching.